Well, buenas tardes, good afternoon. I'm going to speak in English. So I am one of the founder and manager of Enerbeam, a recent startup, which story I'm going to present you after a longer story with a precedent company called HPC SA. So we are three founders, experimented in research development and innovative business models in digital solutions for sustainable design for buildings, only buildings, which is a real concern for the world, for many cities, and for Chile as well, of course, like the workshop this morning talked about. So the challenge we faced a few years ago in France, of course, first France, was to set up and sell and disseminate a next generation of software to give architecture and engineering a new kind of data and a full comprehensive amount of data in a smart mode to pre-design and to design with efficiency for energy, of course, with no mistakes and with an integrated way of designing. So the first target was architects first. The challenge was to make architects collaborate with engineers, which traditionally is not the reality. They don't collaborate, they work separately, and the manager is the architect. And the challenge for France and for Europe was the 2020 horizon, so the zero energy building for new buildings. Renovation is a separate problem, but it's very important as well for every country in Europe. But the NZEB building are the target for Europe with the 2020 challenges in energy and efficiency. So we needed a new solution. We need to meet national regulations, and French regulation is the strongest regulation in the world, maybe in the galaxy, maybe, and the deepest and the more complex regulation for energy in buildings, very complex and very sophisticated. And we wanted, and we were pushed to explore a worldwide market and try to sell our solutions on a very big and open market. Let's guess how to succeed. So we had a very brilliant idea, a bomb idea, to use very impressive technologies, 3D technology, very innovative and next generation technology. We were very motivated and we were asked to develop this. So early and brilliant early adopters of new technology asked us to push the techno to the market and to face the professional issues. Were there a market at this period? It was in 2009. Yes, of course, we thought there was a market because the very motivated architects and engineers pushed us, and the regulatory administrative officers pushed us to develop a new solution. So we thought there was a market. And because we had the best ideas, of course, because a startup has the best idea, we were sure to succeed. But it's not so easy. To succeed, we need today as well to be the fastest, of course, because there is a huge competition in the world of simulation, world of modeling and digital modeling. There are a lot of solutions worldwide, national and worldwide. We need disruptive innovation, of course, to break the play, and we need to address a larger market, and the largest market, of course. So why not going to North America to make money, of course? So the idea was to be completely solar and what we call in France bioclimatic, sustainable design based on solar simulation, because when you want a very sustainable design with buildings, you need to catch solar energy and to filter it and to produce tools to simulate this. So we were focused only on solar performance on buildings, using every academic and innovative methods to simulate solar energy in a new software. The first step for simulating building on the innovative way is to simulate only the envelope of the building, the walls, the thermal envelope, with the gains, the losses, and the material, of course. And the target was to simulate this in 3D with dynamic way of simulation, and based on calculation, proved calculation methods and European methods. So many issues, but many obstacles, of course, because to address architects, you don't have to force them to calculate, you don't have to provide them figures. So if you create one solution with many figures, many results, many numbers, many curves, it's no good for architects. So first obstacle, how to address the architect target, which is central for innovation. How to address engineers as well, because engineers like calculation and like brilliant methods, and they like to know everything, and they like to verify everything. So the opposite, nearly the opposite. And they are very reticent about new solutions because they have developed their own methodologies, they have their old software, and they don't want to change. So difficulty to get to this market. How to make them work around the table, difficult as well, because you will need a new kind of collaboration. And we were thinking about friendly interfaces and a sort of serious game way of simulating. How to keep them connected to our solutions, because the market is very versatile. You can be bought for 1 year, and the market can get rid of you because there are many solutions. So you need big players, and the big players were big editors. The main CAD solution, aided design solution, numeric aided solution that you can well know here in Chile as well, like SketchUp Free to design your first sketch, or the Autodesk solutions, etc. AutoCAD, for example. So the idea was to be linked to these solutions and to be embedded in the package if possible. And the last but not the least, you have to fit with the national regulations. And this is too heavy and too complex. After the adventure, of course, I can tell this today, because every country has its own regulation. France has its own regulation, Germany as well, Italy as well, Spain as well, UK as well, Chile as well. So if you want one solution for every country, it's not possible, because you can't simulate and be regulatory and or go to certification with one solution. You need to adapt your solution to every country, and this is very expensive. So these are the issues and the obstacles, of course. Let's consider the business curves, maybe. When you create a startup, of course, you want to succeed like the green dotted curve. You want to get early adopters very fast, and users, a maximum of users with a maximum of cash very, very quickly. But this wasn't our case, because to adopt a new solution in a traditional industry like construction, you must be very patient. So you need a lot of cash, you need a lot of patience and a lot of efforts in development and in marketing to get few users. Within the years, we got 12,000 users, which is not too bad. 12,000 users all over Europe, mainly in France, of course, even in Canada, in Mexico, in Brazil, but a category of very motivated for new technologies and very motivated for sustainable design only. No, the common users. And 90% of the users are traditional architects and engineers. So to catch them, there is a clue. So we needed, of course, money. And to get money, you need your money first, and then you need investors. But first, you need also public funding. And public funding is very important in our countries, mainly in Europe, because without public funding, you can't do anything. You can start a startup, you can start a new breaking down strategy and technology. So you need permanently public funding to lead projects. But then, when you want to succeed commercially, you need private funding. And private funding is a long run and a difficult run with obstacle, of course, because they ask for results, and the results on the traditional market is not so easy to get. So the true story is that last year we sailed our solution, and we restarted for another way of developing with another name. The new name is NRBeam, and because we have decided to sell our company and to restart, because it became very difficult to continue in the same strategy. But we had tested a lot of strategies, and we have succeeded even in making a good product and a very innovative product. First issue is technical issue. With new interfaces and new way of simulating, we are able to create a value chain for the designers, of course, because they can start with an existing building or a new project, a sketch, and then they can go to simulation, like you see in 3D on the bottom of the window. It's always the same appearance, but all the data get aggregated, and this is brand new. And you put every data you can find in the solution, step by step. As you can see on this slide, you can fix all the data into the model in 3D. You don't have to use an Excel file. You don't have to write on paper. You just have to parameter in a new way of collaboration with your engineer, of course. So this was very effective, of course, because the wow effect was very important. You can even install monitoring items on an existing building and get the figures into the solution and compare simulation to monitoring, and then get ideas and to find solutions. You can go further. So we wanted to be very graphical in interfaces. That's why for architects first, and then for engineers, but for architects first and for clients, owners, the fact to visualize the building, the future building, is very important, because today you can visualize the performance of your building only in graphical mode. And this is very important for commercial purpose, because the project manager, who is mainly the architect or the building company manager, can talk to the owner and present new good solution for the building. You can talk about photovoltaics, of course, because you can simulate directly by graphical drag and drop a production, and you get figures, you get everything, you can negate your technology, and you can address a market. It's no effort for the user. You can go to a zero energy building very simply, very easily. You can get the sun of Chile, of course, and orientate your project and find the best design. But how to make better business, because time goes and the clients are very difficult to catch. So the idea we had 3 years ago was to make only B2B, business to business, because we had met the manufacturers, and the manufacturers have money and they have clear strategy about how to go to the market. And they know the rules, they know regulations, and they are able to face these kind of problems. So they are able to give you money to develop private solutions. So we decide to build a new business plan with the development of private solutions for manufacturers or for big players, big company. We also decided to focus on educational activity, because to educate or to make change the community of designers, you'd better start with education issues. So because educational programs have changed, have improved their sustainability courses in the programs, we decided to set up an educational version and we managed to sell it to the university and schools. And this worked very well, because the normal business model is to give for free. The big editors give the solution for free, but because it was sustainable design, because it was simulation and high level, we succeeded in selling a low price, but selling to university and to schools, and this works. And because of that, we are able now to get to new markets, because when you create partnerships with universities, you are able to take a participation to projects, to European project or international project, because in every project with public funding, you can find universities and high-level doctorants. That's why we integrated the European H 2020 program framework, and we are developing new platforms, new kind of platform today for solar energy on buildings integrated, called BAPV and BIPV. So it's a kind of shaping the building with photovoltaic cells, and it will be an international solution in collaboration with Tecnalia in Spain for a large market, an international market, because there are less regulations about solar energy than about thermal calculation on the building, on the holistic approach. And we are able now to think about building new partnerships, either with designers themselves, because if we are able to do consultancy to designer, to the early adopters, we are able to address directly the market on the ground. The first new target was the manufacturer, and the manufacturer, they know today that with new kind of software and kind of 3D objects or 3D catalogs, they can address their own market with more efficiency, and they are ready to pay for that. So this is a very interesting part of the market for every country. If you are able to address your national manufacturers, you are able to propose them solutions, numeric solutions, and they are able to pay you for that, because they will get money from that from the traditional designer teams. Okay, so this is called a new way of commercial prescription, because they will know a lot of data at the early stage of the project, and they get dynamic configurators, so it's easier for them to configure the product, because each project is different. So the project is dynamic, and their projects can be dynamic, and they can be linked together. So we have built a lot of e-catalogs for various kind of products, like solar panels, hybrid solar panels, like you can see a French startup which is able to make hot water and photovoltaics in the same panel. For natural lighting, of course. So intelligent glasses, openings, new ways of capturing the natural light, because this is sustainable. And today, with Tegnalia and with Europe, we are creating our new platform on the web dealing with solar energy only for the buildings. So this will look like what I show you, the way of simulating directly, connecting to the web with your proper model and getting consultancy, if you like, to go further and to get connected to manufacturing solutions or research and development with manufacturer, because you got a very specific need. And thank you.